Yeah! YouTube, what up? Welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Watts, and I'm Watts. And I want to talk about the mid-card division. But not just the men's mid-card division, but I want to talk about the women's mid-card division. And I'm going to just say this right now. It's okay for a main event level talent or an upper mid-card talent to go after a mid-card title. And this is across the board. And personally, I feel like that brings more eyes to the division itself, and it helps grow the division because once you find a liable opponent to beat that person for the mid-card championship, that not only elevates the division as a whole and it makes everybody hungry, but it puts more eyes on that division. Like, let's say, I don't know, Drew McIntyre winning the United States title or the Intercontinental title, that would do wonders for that division, the mid-card division, because it would put more eyes on it and it would make more people want to be glued to the TV. Look at 2015, John Cena, when he won the United States title and he constantly had open challenges for the United States Championship. That was great for not only the division itself, but it also made other people such as the Rusevs of the world at the time and the Sami Zayns, the Adrian Neville / Pacs, like it made when those guys had matches with John Cena, that upped their stock. It leveled them up. For the women's title division, the Intercontinental title, they're doing a great job with having Becky Lynch be the Intercontinental champion, because the person who beats Becky Lynch for that title is going to be elevated. Now, I don't even think it's going to be Bayley. I don't think it's going to be Nikki Bella. I think it's going to be somebody completely left field. Like, I don't even think it's going to be Lyra Valkyria. I think it's probably going to be somebody that gets called up from NXT, perhaps a Jordan Grace or something like that. I think Becky Lynch is going to have that title for a long time, especially with her alliance with the Vision now. I think more than likely she's going to hold that title for a while. Now, see, personally, if you ask me, I'm putting that title on Rhea Ripley. Real spill. I feel like the women's Intercontinental title can continue to benefit and thrive off of main event level talent winning it, and boosting the prestige of the championship, And then on top of that, a lot of people are tired of Rhea Ripley being in the women's world championship picture all year round. So that can do wonders. But the women's United States title 100% needs a vet, a main event level talent to win it. Because I like Julia, but the way they presented Julia on the main roster is bad work, because real spill, not a lot of people, like the casual visitors and viewers of WWE, a lot of them don't know who Julia is, because a lot of them legit don't watch NXT. You know what I'm saying? And even beyond NXT, a lot of these people don't watch Japanese strong style wrestling. They don't watch New Japan. They're not watching Noah. You know what I'm saying? I personally feel like anybody who is a wrestling fan should be privy to all promotions in some capacity. Now, I'm not saying you need to know everything, but as a seasoned viewer of wrestling, I would say I don't know everything about New Japan, but I know enough of New Japan so when somebody shows up, or if two people who used to be rivals in New Japan link up with each other in the WWE or AEW, I know what it's hitting for right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. I feel like a Bianca Belair winning the United States title would do wonders for the women's United States Championship division. As much as I love it to be Michin next, as much as I'd love it to possibly be a B-Fab or, Chelsea Green getting it again. Chelsea Green, she did a pretty good job with what she was given. Like, it was not great, and that was because of the writer's room. But she did really good for what she was given. You know what I'm saying? It went downhill when Zelina won it because the writer's room was just terrible and they didn't give her anything. You know what I'm saying? They gave her Chelsea Green 80 times and then eventually fed her to Julia, unfortunately. And that's quite sad. But real spill, that could be a great addition. Bianca Belair winning the United States title until she gets back to the main event scene. You know what I'm saying? My brother Black Couch Booking, he mentioned this briefly. He mentioned in his Street Profits video how Bianca Belair could possibly run with the Street Profits and they win the tag team titles, and she eventually wins the United States Championship from Julia until she gets back into the main event scene come WrestleMania season, which would be cool. You know what I'm saying? Put more eyes on that division, because the title was not defended at WrestleMania, which I feel like both the Intercontinental and the Women's United States title should have been defended on WrestleMania instead of us getting a bunch of grudge matches that nobody cared about. So that's personally just me. And even back in the day, you know, you had the Shawn Michaels of the world challenging for the Intercontinental title. You had Booker T, who was already in that main event scene. He won the United States title. And then you had Chris Jericho. He bounced in and out of the main event, but he was the Intercontinental champion. The list goes on. There's so many, Kurt Angle. There's so many guys who were main event level talents that were in those mid-card scenes, you know. Triple H in like 99 when he was on a 2-man power trip with Steve Austin. Like, there was main event level guys winning these mid-card titles and elevating them. And that's exactly what we need right now. And that's personally how I feel. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I personally think that would bring more eyes, because a lot of times, like they say, these matches are meaningless and they end up being bathroom breaks, unfortunately. But I feel like they can rewrite the script and restore the feeling, for lack of a better term, by putting the titles on certain main event folk. You know what I'm saying? It can't hurt, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe. Put the notification bell on and all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all again. I'm out. Peace.